So welcome. Welcome, dear sisters and brothers, to our midnight soiree here in bitterly cold Cumbria, where we are expecting another heavy flurry of snow day after tomorrow. So we've got 24 hours respite. So I welcome you, but I hope that in our hearts we're not freezing cold. I hope in our hearts we are glowing with love for the Supreme. So let us just begin by just switching off our busy minds, our weary minds, and let us just listen to these words from a beautiful artist called Shiana. And she sings to us, how could anyone ever tell you you are not beautiful? And I just want you to kick off your shoes, tickle your toesies, light your candle, and sit back and join me for the next 30 minutes, where we will invite the Christ and Magdalena and the company of heaven. As we relax, we allow the messengers of God come to us and speak to us and allow us reawaken the Supreme in our heart. So be still and just focus on your in-breath and your out-breath, infused with divine love. Be still now, and all is well. Could anyone ever tell you you are an how deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. So how could anyone ever tell you that you are not beautiful? And yet people do. They have a habit of saying how ugly we are, how sinful we are. And at the vigil earlier on this evening, celebrating Gaia's love for the whole family of God, inviting them to send love and blessing and prayer to Jerusalem, the heart chakra of the world, the birthplace of the three major world religions, the Abrahamic faith, Jew, Muslim and Christian. And yet religion, the ugly face of religion that Jesus condemned, was a way of life that enslaved souls to fear, to denying themselves the beautiful image of God within their being, where we heard of stories of nuns who'd never looked at their body or touched their body, where they couldn't embrace beauty, such as the fountain, the beautiful garden. Such is a Jansenistic heresy, where people in France in the 17th and 18th century would refuse to go and receive the Eucharist because of fear of the Christ. So this evening I want to light a candle with a special intention, and the intention is for our brothers and sisters of all faiths and none who are hurting, who are ridden with guilt, who find it so hard to love themselves and to allow God love them and heal them because of the impact that religion, the negative aspect of religion, has had on their life. Religion has come a long way, and it's making, I know, determined efforts to improve its image, but sadly for many of us of my generation, where we grew up as Catholic Christians, we grew up with a lot of guilt, a lot of emphasis on sin. So let us light this flame for brothers and sisters who are locked in that mindset, in all faiths, not just the Christian faith, where they sense a great deep unworthiness. And as Shiananol said, how can anyone ever tell us we are not beautiful? Because we are beautiful. We may not see it, but we are, because we are made in the image and likeness of God. And He does not force us to become enslaved to a dogma that denies us access to beauty. So this flame we dedicate for our brothers and sisters. We may never meet them, but I've met quite a few. However hard they try, they always take one step forward and 2 steps back, and the guilt eats them away. So blessed be Father, Mother God, for releasing our brothers and sisters from guilt, from fear, from self-loathing. Let us hold them now as we sit in our sacred space. There are so many I want to bring. Our beloved Sister Mary in Dublin, dear Mary, Brother Harry, Miriam in New Zealand, Bonnie, Elizabeth and Eleanor, and dear Tom. All the brothers and sisters of our community, past and present, we bring them. And we bring those who have no faith, who are locked in loneliness. And we bring the young women who at this moment are out engaged in different activities to ourselves, in the sex industry, who've been drugged, who are being governed by pimps, and who are doing it maybe to feed their children or their drug habit. Let us remember them, because they are children of God too, and they have a right to this love. To the prisoners on death row, to those who are living in dysfunctional relationships and families, they are children of God. And maybe one day your prayers and mine will be answered for them. So whatever we do in love, because God is love. And where there is love, there is hope. So let us reflect on the eternal flame of love, blowing blessings to the 4 corners of the earth, bringing peace, bringing joy, and bringing love. Let us celebrate our abundance. Let us celebrate the gifts that God has bestowed upon us. The gift of health, the gift of family and friendship, and for me the gift of being a member in a loving family who truly care about one another. And for all our pets, our beloved pets. So let us relax in the knowledge of that love. I would like to share with you again, if I may, 2 quotes from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. A good man, a holy man, a man of our time. And he says, practice what you preach, Brother Sean. We should engage in the same high standards of integrity and sacrifice that we ask of others. Let us reflect on that. We should engage in the same high standards of integrity and sacrifice that we ask of others. How true. And the second quote from His Holiness the Dalai Lama: don't be seduced by worldly values. Materialism does not foster the growth of morals, compassion, and humility. Materialism does not foster growth of morals, compassion, and humility. And we pray for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. As we come to this place, we come in the knowledge that we are loved. And I invite you to come and sit with me as we sit around an open fire, a healing fire, and we can smell the wood burning. We can smell the pine. And we are all sat around this beautiful open fire. Imagine it in a log cabin with the snow thick outside, and all our pets are here, our bunny rabbits, our cats, our dogs, and our little birdies are singing in their cages. But we are happy. And I want us to imagine a rocking chair by the fire, a beautiful old rocking chair. And interestingly, the rocking chair is moving. We do not see anybody sat in it, but it's rocking. It's going backwards and forwards, and it's having a hypnotic effect on us. And all of a sudden, with the fragrance of the pine from the fires, with the heat and the warmth from the fire, and the rocking chair going forward and backwards, we slip into a trance. And it is a peaceful place. And in that dream world, we see a beautiful young man who comes in through the door. He dusts himself down, and he comes and he sits in the rocking chair. And he places himself right in front of the fire to warm his cold feet and hands. And you notice that his hair is all shoveled with snow, and you take a towel and you start drying his hair. And you notice his outer garments are damp, so you remove them, place them in front of the fire, and you give him your shawl. And he's grateful, but yet you've not seen his face. But there's an essence about him, a softness. He's not your average forest worker with burly hands and big and muscly. He's quite dainty and delicate. And you notice his hands, very slim, soft skin. And something tells you that this is a messenger of God. This is someone that resonates with your energy field. And as you dry his hair, you place the towel in like a turban on top of his head, and you go and you sit back, and suddenly he turns round in the chair and he thanks you. It is the Christ. It is Jesus, the beloved. And he is so grateful that you took the initiative to exchange your warm clothing for his damp clothing, and that you went and dried his hair. And he brings the rocking chair closer to yours, and his knees are touching your knees, and you suddenly feel a glow of love flow through your kneecaps, bringing healing into your pelvic region, and right up your spine. And you can feel it, and it's like a hot water bottle being placed on every part of you. And you feel safe, you feel relaxed, but more than anything, you feel loved, you feel respected. And he takes his almost warm hands, and he brings your two hands together, and he holds them, and they rest on his knees. And then you feel and sense the power of the risen cosmic Christ. And he tells you, I called you by your name, and my love for you is everlasting, and I will never, ever give up on you. You may have convinced yourself that you are not worthy of my love. You may have convinced yourself to a life of misery. But I want you now to see a mirrored image of yourself in my face. And I want you to embrace it, because you are made in the image and likeness of my Father, Mother God. And no one has the right to tell you that you are not beautiful. You are a beloved of God. You are a child of God. Feel that now as my love flows through your knees, right up into every part of you that's aching, that's wounded, and know in your heart that you are loved, that you are loved. And your heart is on fire, because this is the first time anyone has ever told you that you are loved without having to exchange a gift for that act of kindness. Here is a selfless human being who's sharing a selfless act in recognition of your inner beauty and affirming in you that you are a beloved of God. Be still and allow your heart embrace the cosmic Christ. He's empowering you and me to self-heal right now. Hear him speak to you. Sense his love for you. And all he asks is that you will trust him, that you will listen to him, that you will call on him at any time, day or night. And he assures you that he has never left you, because he lives within you. He lives within your heart. The moment you surrender your heart to his heart, he comes in. He takes up residence, and all he asks things that you think of him. Be at peace now. Be at peace. Be at peace. And embrace your first love. Your first love. My Lord and my God. My Lord and my God. You are the Christ, the Son of God. You are my brother, my teacher, my beloved. I ache for you. My heart aches for your heart. Bless my sisters Elizabeth and Eleanor, Miriam. Bless all those that you have brought to our family so that we can serve you in selfless love. Bless Bonnie, Elsie, Jan, Julie and Sue. And bless all those who have walked away. Bless them, Lord. Let them know that we love them, that we forgive them. Blessed be your name, O beloved God. And now you hear the logs sparking in the fire, and it catches your attention and you wake up, and everywhere is calm, and the rocking chair is rocking, but it's empty. But you know that he was there. How do you know? Because it's still facing you. Be at peace. And let us remember all our loved ones, all who've crossed over. Let us bless them and thank them for the gifts they've given to us. Now help us to share those gifts with others in need. Namaste. Shalom. Inshallah Paxet Bonum Om Shanti Solo de Caritas. And may the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, be in your mind, in your heart, in your life, in your home, in your relationships with others. Amen. Thank you for joining me. Until we meet again, same time, same place. God bless you. Please take care.